Okay, well, I talked about 4 types of play that humans are involved in. So there's free play, which is go forth and have a great time.
Yes.
There's guided play, where it's still a lot of the free play, but a little more structured. So in our example with cupcakes, it was sort of, how would you make a puppy on your cupcake or something like that. Then you move into games where there's still a little bit more rules. So I think about like when you're in the car and you play I Spy with my little eye, right? You know, you're playing, but there's some rules involved. And then there's instruction, which is the 4th type of play, and that's sports, music, that kind of thing. That's still play, obviously, but lots of rules, lots of somebody teaching you, coaching you how to do that. So what'd you think?
I have a feeling it's the guided one.
and you would be right.
Yes.
Your dad is going to be so proud of you.
Hear that?
Yeah,
Hear that? I know he had a guess too.
It's guided play. So it offers the best outcome. And the reason why is that balance between freedom and structure. So it's actually what children's museums are kind of foundationally built on. So we put exhibits and things out that help children. They're engaging, they interact with them, but then because their parent is there or their caregiver, whoever brought them is there, the idea being that, or our staff, if they're in the moment and aware and see it happening, that they can help guide the child. So I bring the example of, we have these cool show you how to tie knots on our pirate ship. And that, you know, for 2- and 3-year-olds, they blow right past that and don't really even see it. But for the older child, you know, it gives them a chance to look at the design of the knot and try. And then they get, you know, can't quite do it. Mom, dad, grandma, granddad, there to help. Guided play. So to put it in an older person's context, if you can imagine taking your toughest subject that you had in college, if you had an expert sitting beside you as you were studying, and when you'd come to a question, they'd help you make the connection and get the aha kind of moment. That's guided play for kids. And that's what seems to give us the best outcomes, educational outcomes when it can happen. And the other thing I love about guided play is it's essentially, it's what, I was going to say, play isn't what children do when they're not learning. It is the best way that children learn. It's hard because that word has the connotation of being frivolous or a pleasant pastime. But play is how young children learn. It's actually how we all learn. But if you don't have to study guided play, you just have to play along and let the child lead the play, and you will amp up their learning and you'll have a lot of fun too.
And there's so many different ways to do that.
Oh yeah, in the moment. I mean, that's the, you know, well, like I said, whenever, I think I said here before, whenever instead of just telling a child, that's green and that's blue, which one do you think's green or blue? Which one do you like better? You know, when you can kind of guide as opposed to direct, you're giving them more agency in their own learning.